Today, I'm going to talk about neurodiversity. When I say diversity, the first thing which pops into your head is the diversity in the skin color, race, ethnicity, etc. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Neurodiversity, it's not really a new term and it basically talks about the brain. Name suggests neuro is something related to the brain and diversity is differences. Not differences in the way the brain looks. There are still 4 lobes, 2 hemispheres, subcortical structures, all of that. But it's different in another way. That is the wiring. Wiring makes the brain looks like an electrical structure, but it relies on the sensory and the motor impulses, which are basically electrical impulses. The sensory impulses get information from the muscles to the brain, and the motor impulses give information to the muscles from the brain. So this wiring can be different. It can be more or less. And do you know what it's responsible for? For information processing, learning, sensory regulation, motor control. So all of these functions can be different. Let's take an example. So imagine a person is speaking, and that is a sensory input which is too much to handle. So I flap my hands to get rid of the extra impulses. A light bulb which is on may be too much of sensory impulses because my wiring is different, and thus I close my eyes. A person whose brain is wired differently is neurodivergent, and neurodiversity is a spectrum. This spectrum includes autism, ADHD, dyslexia, apraxia, OCD, Tourette's, schizophrenia, etc. So we know what's neurodivergent, but what's a neurotypical? A neurotypical is a person who functions normally or typically according to society's rules. The neurodiversity movement is a wonderful movement as it teaches us to celebrate differences and not just focus on 2 things, normal or disordered. It's a social model of disability where the focus is on the person themselves rather than looking at having a deficit. It is more viewed as a difference. This also helps foster a positive outlook to those who are neurodiverse. Remember, there is no fixing or curing for neurodiversity. Inclusion, advocacy, and providing therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy, whatever is required, are means which we can support neurodiverse communities. It's high time we start listening to the neurodiverse community as they talk about their own experiences. I hope you enjoyed learning about the differences in our brains and now support the neurodiverse community. Thank you for watching. It's me, Happycrisps.